Long, long ago in Japan, there lived an old man and his wife. The old man was good, kind-hearted, hard-working old fellow, but his wife was a regular crosswatch who spoiled the happiness of her home by her scolding tongue. She was always grumbling about something from morning to night. The old man had for a long time ceased to take any notice of her crossness. He was out most of the day at work in the fields, and as he had no child, for his amusement, when he came home, he kept a tame sparrow. He loved the little bird just as much as if she had been his child. When he came back at night after his hard day's work in the open air, it was his only pleasure to pet the sparrow, to talk to her, and to teach her little tricks, which she learned very quickly. Now, one day, when the old man went out to chop the wood in the forest, and the old woman stopped at home to wash clothes, the day before she had made some starch, and now when she came to look for it, it was all gone. The bowl which she had filled full yesterday was quite empty. When she was wondering who could have used or stolen the starch, down flew the pet sparrow, and blowing her little feathered head, the pretty bird chirped and said, "It is I who have taken the starch. I thought it was some food put out for me in that basin, and I ate it all. If I have made a mistake, I beg you to forgive me." Pitch, pitch, pitch. The old woman had never loved the sparrow, and had often quarreled with her husband for keeping what she called a dirty bird about the house. Now she was only too delighted to have some cause of a complaint. She scolded and even cursed the poor little bird for her bad behavior. In a fit of rage, she seized the sparrow and fetched the scissors and cut off the poor little bird's tongue. "I suppose you took my starch with that tongue. Now you may see what it is like to go without it." And with these dreadful words, she drove the bird away, not caring in the least what might happen to it, and without the smallest pity for its suffering. In the evening, the old man came home as usual. On the way back, he looked forward to the time when he should reach his gate and see his pet come flying and chirping to meet him. But tonight the old man was very disappointed, for not even the shadow of his dear sparrow was to be seen. He called his wife and said anxiously, "Where is Suzume-san today?" The old woman pretended not to know at first, but at last, when the old man gave her no peace, she confessed all. She showed her husband the sparrow's tongue, saying, "Here it is the tongue I cut off. Horrid little bird, why did you eat all my starch? How could you be so cruel? Oh, how could you be so cruel?" was all that the old man could answer. He was terribly distressed at what happened to his poor little sparrow. The next morning, he rose early, as soon as ever the day broke, and started out over the hills through the woods, stopping at every clump of bamboos to cry, "Where, oh, where does my tongue-cut sparrow stay? Where, oh, where does my tongue-cut sparrow stay?" It was far in the afternoon when he found himself near a large bamboo wood. There, sure enough, at the edge of the wood, he saw his dear sparrow waiting to welcome him. He could hardly believe his eyes for joy. She bowed her little head and went through a number of tricks her master had taught her, and wonderful to relate, she could talk as much of the world. The sparrow opened her beak and showed him that a new tongue had grown in the place of the old one, and begged him not to think of any more about the past, for she was quite well now. Then the old man knew that his sparrow was a fairy and no common bird. The sparrow asked him to follow her, and flying before him, she led him to a beautiful house in the heart of a bamboo grove. It was built of the whitest wood, and the cushions where the sparrow had got out for him to sit on were made of the finest silk. The sparrow led the old man to the place of honor, and taking her place at a humble distance, she ordered a sumptuous feast to be spread. Dainty goldfishes and red carp waited upon them. Hours flew by, and it was time for the old man to return. Before he left, the sparrow brought out 2 boxes for him to choose from as a parting gift. One was large and heavy, and the other was small and light. Because his heart was simple and entirely free from greed, the old man chose the lightweight box, saying he was old and could not carry a heavy load. He thanked the sparrow and walked home. When he reached his house, his wife began to scold him fiercely for staying out so late. The old man said nothing, but quietly united the strings of the small box. To their absolute astonishment, The box was filled to the brim with gold, silver, and priceless jewels. Seeing this immense wealth, the old woman's crossness instantly turned into a burning insatiable greed. I will go to the mountain forest too, she cried. If a small box holds this much, the large box will hold 10 times more. Early the next morning, she marched off into the woods alone. She did not look for the sparrow out of love. She went straight to the bamboo grove and demanded to see the spirit house. When she arrived, she did not wait for a feast, and she did not wait for a dance. She immediately pointed to the large heavy chest settlement. Give me that one, she demanded. The sparrow spirit gave it to her, but left her with a single chilling warning. Do not open this chest until you have crossed the threshold of your own home. The woman slung the heavy chest onto her back and hurried away, but the box was incredibly heavy, and her curiosity greed went too strong to contain. Halfway through the pitch-black bamboo forest, where the vine groaned through the stalks, she stopped. I will just look inside to see what is there, she whispered to herself, and she pried open the heavy lid. There was no gold inside, there were no jewels. Instead, out jumped a group of horrible twisted demons, multi-eyed monsters, and giant, stinging centipedes. They swarmed out of the darkness of the chest, their eyes glowing like darkness. With a terrible rushing sound, they caught the screaming woman in the silence of the woods, punished her for her cruelty, and dragging her down into the shadows forever. When the morning came, the white house in the woods had completely vanished, and the old man was left to live out his days in peace.